Okay, today we want to talk about the shell method. Now, the shell method is an alternative method to finding the volume. We've already covered the disk method and the washer method. Okay, now it's two things we want to avoid when we're doing the shell method, and two things we have to remember. I'm sorry. The first thing is that when we're using the shell method, instead of using pi, as we do for the washer method and disk method, we need to use 2 pi. It's just an easy mistake that people make and sometimes overlook. Another thing is we always want to use the opposite axis. So if we're moving about the x-axis, we need to find our boundaries on the y-axis. If we're moving around the y-axis, we should look at our boundaries on the x-axis. And those are just two things we want to make sure we avoid. So the first thing that we do, I want us to graph, we have f of x is equal to x squared plus 1 and x is equal to 2. So the first thing we want to do, let's graph the function x squared plus 1. Okay, so that's going to give us this parabola shifted up 1 unit, of course. And now x is equal to 2. That's a vertical line. Okay, so the volume that we're trying to find is this volume, and we're trying to move it about the y-axis. Okay, so now let's set everything up. So we would go v is equal to 2 pi. And remember, our boundaries, since we're moving about the y-axis, we want to concentrate on the x-axis boundary. So that would be 0 to 2. And our function is x times f of x, which was x squared plus 1 dx for the antiderivative. So our next step would be to distribute. Here we will have x cubed plus x and now here we need to find the antiderivative of x cubed plus x. That would give us x to the 4th power over 4 plus x squared over 2. We're still evaluating this from 0 to 2. Okay, so now let's go down and evaluate everything. This will be 2 to the 4th power over 4 plus 2 squared over 2 minus, now we know once we put 0 in for anything, it's just going to yield 0. So now 2 to the 4th over 4 is 16 divided by 4 gives us 4. 2 squared is 4 divided by 2 gives us 2. And now we just slowly start breaking this problem down. 4 plus 2 gives us 6, and 6 times 2 is 12 pi. So that's our answer, for this type of problem.